I almost never go to the hospital. I see the doctor once every 3 months, unless I get sick, and then I go to the doctor and get some medicine and hopefully clear it up. The cold, rainy weather's worse on me than it is for other people. I'm a high-risk patient. I have to take flu shots every year. But it's really not that big a thing. You know, I was really pretty oblivious to my disability, and my family didn't make a big deal of it. It wasn't until I was in my early teens that I became aware that I had a form of muscular dystrophy. Up until that point, I just thought I couldn't walk. It's a disease of the motor neuron, which means that my muscles can't be activated properly by my brain. And it affects certain muscle groups more than others. You know, all my autonomic muscles are fine, but my muscles in my arms and legs and back are particularly weak. As a result of my spinal muscular atrophy, I also have scoliosis, which is a curvature of the spine. And, you know, as you look at me, I'm bent kind of differently than most people. It's probably a first-generation mutation. It's a fairly common genetic mutation, but usually it runs in families, and I just happen to be the lucky mutant.
I just found his ad on Craigslist and came over and interviewed, and, you know, he's a nice guy, he likes me, so, you know, all works out, it's fun. I mean, it's sort of, you know, every day is different, you know. I mean, there's the stuff that, you know, you go through the same routine with, you know, getting washed up and shaving him if he wants, or, you know, washing his hair, all that sort of stuff. And so it's just, you know, knowing every morning that it might be something completely different and you're not really sure what's going on. So, I mean, it's really, you know, Keith's a friend. It's just, you know, hanging out with your friend all day.
What they do is they take the floorboard out and they cut it out and lower it 8 inches, then weld it back in. And the modifications to the van essentially double the price of the van. I sit up front so I can see things, which is much better than sitting basically behind the driver. And also because it's a minivan instead of a one-ton van, the ride's much smoother. I got this, I think, in April.
What is the highest? Yeah, we've got about 600
One of the long ones right there, too.
Anybody could take a cue from this guy. He just does what he does, you know. I mean, I admire him as a friend because he's absolutely independent. And by that I mean a thinker and a doer, and, you know, he's the kind of person I like, in or out of a chair. He's smart, he's funny, he's independent, he's, you know, he thinks in ways that astonish me. Sometimes I will think about myself as a quadriplegic and imagine what that's like, you know, what he has to endure on a daily basis that would drive me mad. It would drive me mad.
Just from a sight standpoint, you would think anything that he did would be a major accomplishment. On the other hand, it seems to me that over the years that I've known him, it's come so easy that it hasn't been a big deal. You know, when you sit back and think about it, and you see the handicap and this sort of thing, which I've seen every day, you tend to think less about it. I think, you know, you may not think less about it than he does, but you certainly think less about it over that period of time.
I think it's very natural to feel, I would probably feel the same way. You know, it's kind of selfish, but why did this happen to me? You know, I was a good person, what did I do? With Keith, you know, he may or may not have some of those same feelings, but he was pretty much born with his disease, you know? So I think, I'm not going to say being more used to it, but it's kind of something that he's always known. So I think that would maybe help him have a better attitude about it. I don't know, this is definitely by far the coolest job I've ever had.
Okay, get your paycheck. Yeah, nice, guys.
I'm not too good when I have an audience.
It's okay.
There we go.
You kids have fun.
All right, lesson begun. We're gonna figure out, make it right.
On Road River, that helps.
Yeah, I know.
Maneuvering around obstacles is really hard. There's just some things that can't be accommodated for, like curbs. And that just makes life so much harder and dangerous because we have to go out in the street. We don't need any more challenges.
It's a free show.
When he comes out, it's for generally because he likes the music or he likes and knows the performers. For social interaction, the man's a social butterfly. He doesn't need to go out to socialize. People come to him. People beg him, like me. Oh, please come out with me tonight. You know, he's not hurting for social interaction. He's here to have fun with everybody. And I think he does a fantastic job. I look up to this man. He's entirely more active than I am. He gets me out.
In the disabled community, they talk about the super crip phenomenon, where if you go out and do something, you're kind of idolized for it. When in reality, they're doing it for themselves. I haven't allowed society to hold me back as much as some people have. But that doesn't make me heroic or anything like that.
What if I couldn't scratch my head? What if, I had this profound itch and I couldn't scratch it? Like, really simple stuff, you know? I don't know how he does it. He just does it. I guess he just has to do it, but it's a level of fortitude and patience and tolerance that is almost abstract to me.
The fact that that I see him as an inspiration to people, and I think some others do too. I don't think that that affects Keith in any way whatsoever. You know, it's just it's his lot in life, if you will, and as long as he can do that, you know, I think it's great.
I know there are people that go out and say, well, you know, Keith has this problem, that problem, that problem, but he gets up and he comes to work and, you know, if it helps people, that's fine. But I don't want to be made an example of or anything like that.